Powered by Riverside.
You trying too hard.
All right.
You gonna learn
Just
today.
want to say it's good to see you boys. It feels like it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since I seen y'all boys, man.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Cooling, brother.
Fantastic, brother.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Cool like a fan.
Before we get started, I just gotta say, cooling like a fan. I wish I had a fan the past 3 days. My daggone HVAC went out, bro.
Y'all HVAC went out.
Well, it didn't go out, like it was out of Freon for when we found out what was wrong with it. But we ain't had no daggone air. Oh my God, dog, it was hot as I don't know what.
Boy, did
let me
you
get
get
into
any baby powder? You get any baby powder?
What?
Did you
Man,
grab any?
I ain't messing with you right now. All right. Welcome back to Dazzle Game, everybody. First thing we're gonna get off, we're gonna start talking about your boy Sony.
About time.
They done lost a lot of money messing around with Bungie, man. I don't know what's going on with these boys. But before we get into it, I got to introduce everybody because I ain't done this the last 2 times, and I apologize. Well, we got Stickman with us.
Yeah.
We got Rico Bambino, and we got Dr. Joe. So, boys, how we feeling about this news of all this money being lost? I want Joe to go in first because you know he loves Sony and you love Destiny.
There we go.
Man, listen, man, I am not surprised. That's the CEO of Bungie ran that into the ground. I was about to say something really vulgar, but I caught myself. They ran it into the ground. So Sony has to take on all of that debt. Every bit of it, bro. They paid $3.6 billion for it. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, and it's probably going to take them at least 3 years to kind of get the books right off of Bungie. But it's going to take them making another game to fix that, because they're going to need they are. That's what's going to happen.
So speaking of, just before we go and get into like the more minutia of this, for everybody knows, they lost about $765 million in impairment. So it was during the second quarter, about $200 million from Destiny, and then in quarter 4, about $565 million due to Marathon's performance when it came out. And it's not surprising because, I mean, with the player count you saw, I think the high they may have got it to, at least on Steam anyway, was about like 77K. Like it didn't even break 100,000. And now the player count on Steam is like 4K to 16. And which is crazy is Destiny has gotten more players at a few times playing that game more than Marathon right now, which is wild. So I don't know. I guess my first question I just want to like ask y'all is, do you think when Bungie put this game out, that they were even thinking about the mass people playing this game?
Hey, Steve, I kind of want to go back to like, you know, you asking the first question, but make a comment about how I feel about it.
Go for it.
It's kind of scary because I like Marathon, and it's going to put me in the thought process of, are they just going to give up on that project, seeing how bad it's doing? You know, the seasons to come, are they going to put as much effort into it, knowing that somehow they got to regain these funds that they lost in the acquisition of buying Sony? Maybe it was like the wrong time to do it. They should have probably done it after these games came out, just to see, you know, what was going to happen with it, with Bungie. But that's just where I'm at with it. It's scary times. I like Destiny. I like Marathon. I like what Bungie got to offer as a whole. So Do they give up on these projects or what?
Okay, before Joe Stickman, before y'all go, just on that point, Rick, the who is it, Sony CFO, she actually commented regarding Marathon. So I'm just gonna read this off. So it says, in our studio business, earnings from Bungie's title portfolio did not reach our expectations. So we downwardly revised our business plan and impaired the full amount of the fixed assets related to Bungie except for goodwill. Player reception to Marathon is strong, with the game receiving a Metacritic score of 82 and more than 90% of players' reviews on Steam being positive. Engagement metrics such as retention also remain at a high level. Going forward, we aim to improve the performance of the game by working to retain highly engaged core users through the introduction of additional content, further improvements in the gameplay experience, and expansions of the user base. So it seems like even though they know the player base is low, they want to put forth a big effort because they've said they have content for at least a few years for Marathon.
Depending on what that is, I can see it going even lower than that because they're wiping everybody's gear. A lot of people is going to have a sour taste left in their mouth after that shit. I might even be one of them. You done grinded all that time just to start back at zero. But I get it. It puts everybody on a level playing field. It might bring new players in. But what happens to the people that stuck with it for those first 3 months? You know, how do they feel? Do they want to go through that all over again?
Yeah.
Because it's pain and agonizing now when you can't find what you're looking for. And when you do find it, you get killed and it gets stripped off of you. So I don't like it.
I ain't gonna lie,
You
they
know,
took the lint out of my pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They did, bro. Hey, look, man. It was a true session of you'll get nothing and like it, and we had to like it, bro. It was
yeah,
bad.
this is true.
It was really bad, bro.
It is true.
Man, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Ricky, you hit the nail on the head with that one, though, bro. I'm gonna be honest, man. After this first wipe, it's gonna show you I like how the tweet, I guess the CFO whatever from Bungie released was a bunch of word salad for number one, right? It's just like, oh, let me just get some buzzwords and make people feel like, oh, we're gonna engage the core audience, we're gonna provide an experience that you like, all right, okay. For number one, right? Your core audience is already between 16,000 or less people, right? For a game that costs you what, 700 million, 500 million, give or take, however you want to split it, right? When you're talking about that much money, you lost several $100 million, right? Your core base is shrinking probably by the day, maybe by the week. And not even try to be like a hater of Marathon or anything like that, because I love the game. But have you guys ever heard of a game that's reviewed so positively that it's losing this many players this fast? I don't even understand it. You know, it is quite the conundrum they found themselves in right now for sure. Uh, One thing I'll say that's really interesting about Marathon though is that, like you said, Ricky, after this first wipe, we're gonna really see who that core player base is that they're speaking of. And then also, I don't really know that they've released plans for what the next season is gonna entail outside of an additional map. So hopefully they'll come up with some things that'll really wow us and pull us back in just as people who've seen the same map hundreds of times now. You know, we've hit that launch button or that start game button, you know, hundreds, probably thousands of times between the four of us over the last couple months. So are we willing to keep on sitting through that and doing it over again once they take everything away from you that you work hard to get so far? Um, but on the flip side of it, it's kind of gonna be like open hunting season for people like us because we got map knowledge now. You can't take that away. Like, you know, when I hear footsteps now, I can tell exactly what floor they're on, what door they're going to. I got a good idea on where they might be headed. When I see the icons pop up on the map, I have knowledge that someone new to the game is just not going to have. And that's gonna make it harder for people to get into the game because we're gonna be running around cleaning the house, you know? I mean, you might can lower my agility or lower my endurance or my firewall or whatever, right? But is that really taken away from me handling the gun? No. You know? So one thing I wish that the CFO would have addressed, and maybe she did somewhere within those random words she used, but maybe they are gonna improve the experience for new players, and that's what's really gonna like, you know, put the hammer down because at the same time, a lot of people could leave after you take everything away from them, but it could also bring in a lot of new people because they might say, hey, there's a new season of one of the highest reviewed extraction shooters that's ever been out on Steam. And the new season is starting, I think, what, June 3rd, June 4th, sometime around there. I mean, it might bring in a ton of new players, which I think will be well deserved because it's an amazing game. I just feel like right now they're just stuck in this odd place of, you know, maybe the Bungie CEO or the person who was running it previously that kind of ran the company into the ground. He was bleeding players by the day on Destiny. And they don't want to keep that same thing happening with Marathon. So they got a really, really big task ahead of them to turn it around. But I think it's possible because the bones are good. Like what you're built off of right now, Marathon, like, it's amazing. You're highly reviewed. You got, a solid, let's just say 16K, right? I mean, maybe on a good day we might even see 20 on the weekends or something like that, right? But they just really got to stick with that, and I'm hoping that they wow us for this next season because if not, bro, like I said, Rick, you did on the head, man. Once they take everything away, a lot of people are gonna say, I don't got time to do this again, and I'm not gonna come back and do it again just for one new map where instead of it being daytime, it's nighttime. You know, I mean that ain't enough to make me want to do it all over again. But I can say me. I think a lot of people are gonna say that. I think I'm gonna give it a go, and see what happens. But if anything, season two could be the last season for us, just depending on how it goes. If we feel like it's worth it, I mean, and we won't know until next month. But yeah, they got a lot of work ahead of them for sure.
Hey, the queues are definitely taking longer too. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
Yep.
I was
Yep.
sitting in queue for a while earlier. And look, I be playing some of the same people, which tells me something.
Yeah.
You know, I be playing with some of the same exact people that I've done seen before.
A funny thing for
Remember
you
their
then,
name
bro.
and notice who they are. Like,
Yeah, a funny thing to say about that. And Steve, this was probably a month ago now, give or take. You remember you and I were playing one night? We went in with one guy. We was like, hey, we're already going up here to the hot spot. We got wiped probably in the first 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute of the game. We re-queued immediately after and got paired back up with the same exact guy again on our team. So
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, the same trio, the same third leg kept on getting put back in with us like over and over and over. So I think
Yep.
we had 3 games with him in the same night, and he's not on our friends list, and we never knew him. So
I've had that
yeah,
happen the same amount of times with
yeah,
one guy too. So
yeah,
yeah, that says a lot. Just sad, but
yeah.
I will say, like, they did make a change where if you like successfully exfil with like a random person, they bring that person back to your team just
mm,
because maybe you established like a good relationship with that person or y'all played well together. But when you lose and you re-queue and get the same person on the team, that says a lot regarding the player base right there, though. So, Joe, where you at?
I think for Marathon, what change I would institute is the opportunity to try to do cryo against the like just PVE and no PVP connected to it. I think that would be really dope, and then see if you can exfil out of that. Because a lot of like we haven't even tried cryo yet. You know what I mean? And I'm reluctant because Rico and I we matched up with a guy. He did cryo and he couldn't exfil. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yeah, and for me, I want to try cryo. I know I've got good enough gear to go in there with y'all. I wouldn't do it with any randoms. I would want to do it with us. But I would love to see us try to do a raid without having to worry about fighting other players. You know what I'm saying? It's not saying I'm not up for the task. It's just that that's not something I want to worry about. You know what I mean? So I think that's a spin that they could probably do. I really hope they don't like wipe our gear, man. I hope they really take a second look at that because it has been exhausting doing this stuff, man. And to Rico and Stickman's point, when we step into there and we're looking for stuff, it is so difficult to find stuff, bro. And you got to worry about ads and other players. And I mean, like, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Me and Rico spanked some guys the other day, bro. I'm talking about we pulled their pants down and spanked them, bro, and then sit them in the corner. You understand what I'm saying? And bro, listen, the dude that was with us, bro, he was like me and Rico was pushing, and he went right with us, bro. He stepped right there. But case in point, I would love just a PVE side of it, man. I think that would bring a different base in. You know what I'm saying? And cause we have somebody that we game with that I think would be better suited for the PVE side of the house. You know what I'm saying? And not the I mean, it just would be. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know how I
Okay.
go.
So I mean, like on that point, because if y'all all y'all have said is it takes so long to get items that you are looking for in the game. Like, could they also make a change for like just kind of like what we're built on? Dad's a gamer for like parents, like anybody. Because for one, it's hard to, like you said, to find a lot of things, but you don't have much time to play the game.
You
And I
don't.
know I've made this comment before. Sometimes I would play like an hour, feeling like I haven't accomplished anything, but I was having fun. But for other people, they might have the same feeling of they didn't accomplish anything, but they may not have had fun, and that may drive them away from the game as well. So, is there anything they could implement from that side to get people to want to come back or get new people to play?
I think they already done that, Steve, and you can hear like a lot of people say, "Hey, let's go to perimeter to warm up."
Right.
Perimeter is like this
Like the
open
warm up spot.
world. Like you rarely have, uh, you rarely have the times that you just gonna run into teams constantly.
Mm.
Dire Marsh is more of the PvP kind of style, and then too you got the fog and all of the other stuff that just deteriorates your vision that you need a little bit more skill to play, but it's a lot more rewarding with the drops there. So I think that they done it in a way, but then in a way of not saying it. Like, hey, you might want to start. Well, actually, they did. Because when we first, I don't know if y'all remember when the game first came out, I think perimeter, like you had to play there a couple of times just to unlock the other boards.
Yeah, perimeter beginner map, I think is what it was called.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they suggest that you work there or start there to get accustomed to the game and what everything has to offer. But I also get with what you're saying too. Yeah, like we don't have all of the time. Like, bro, I was just telling Joe that was two dudes that was running together and I was the third random. Them cats was like 132. And I said,
Gee.
bro, do y'all touch grass? And they just bust out laughing at me like, yeah, bro, we touch grass, we just been grinding on the game together, when we do hop on. I'm like, brother, y'all spent way more time. Know everything. Know where folks spawning at each and every given time. Know where everything is at. So, to your point, yeah, they need to have a little bit more subtle, I guess, start for those that are new coming in.
Yeah.
Because going back to Stickman point, next season, we already know it.
Yeah.
I don't really see too many people saying, I'm not going to play Marathon until the first or until after the first season. I don't really see too many people thinking like that. They ain't got the game by now to even play it mid to third quarter. Now we're going in the fourth quarter of the game being out. And then the season wipe, I really don't see too many people saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to get it on season 2. Like, I just hope it's not dead in the water before it even got started.
Right.
But I see it going in that direction.
One thing I can add to that though too, and you make a good point there though, Rick. I mean, I know I don't really hear that many people, at least not yet, saying I'm gonna jump in for season 2. But in my opinion, I think that's where the advertising needs to come in. Like, I mean, like Twitch, YouTube, TV, wherever you want to put it, right? Once season 2 is among us, meaning maybe a week or two out, we need to start seeing some ads or something from it that'll say for people to say like, "Hey, I've always wanted to play marathon. I didn't want to jump in now because everybody's already over leveled,
Get it.
over leveled, if you will. People are already much higher level, got much better gear. But since they're wiping and putting us all on the same playing field next weekend, I'll just get my group together. We'll all buy marathon next weekend and we'll jump in, And I'm hoping that's where it'll help them out because if not, like you said, outside the realm of advertising or getting it out there for somebody, putting it on Twitter, YouTube, whatever, like if it's not like a big announcement, nobody's gonna know. And then, like you said, you're gonna see the player base just fall off because it's just like, well, a lot of people are looking at it like from a different perspective of us, whether it's like we just kind of doing it for the love of the game, right? Some people are looking forward to hunting these new guys down. You know what I mean? Some people are like, I can't wait till next season. They're like,
Yeah.
I can't wait the day that it starts. I'm gonna be right there. I'm gonna take off work that day just so I can kill hundreds of people that have no idea what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's like
somebody's looking
minnows
at it
in a
from that
Shark
realm,
Tank.
right? But again, too, is that the core audience, right? The core audience that the CFO is talking about, making sure that they stay engaged. Yeah, if you the blind leading the blind, like I mean, if you just walking in there and don't know what you're stepping into, and it's a wolf around the corner just waiting on you, your little sheep, you're getting killed every time, and that's just really what's gonna happen, unfortunately. And that might not be a good experience for the person that's brand new to the game. So I say that to say that I still think they need a shooting range, right? Um, and maybe a dry run map, kind of like you were saying, Joe. I really like the idea of having something PVE wise. And we were talking about our one of our comrades who might be better suited for PVE. It reminded me of like doing raids on Division. You know, like there might be certain mechanics and things you have to do, but I feel like there's gonna have to be a fine balance between that if y'all want to explore this question a little bit, because I'm thinking if you take the other people, the other players, the enemy players off the map, and you replace them with PVE guys, right? I feel like you would need to have maybe twice as many PVE guys. And I know it's already a lot, but it's just my opinion. And it's just something I'm trying to think, and maybe they can fine tune the number. But it's less risky, in my opinion, to go up against a bunch of AI bots because, in my opinion, they'll never really be as good as people. It's less risky if I take the other players out. So how do you balance that? Do you throw more PVE guys and kind of like a raid style, kind of similar to Destiny, where it's something that might take you an hour and a half, 2 hours to complete? You know what I mean? And kind of go through stage by stage and have your checkpoints and all of that. I don't think checkpoints is a good idea in marathon because I don't. If my team wipes, I think we need to get kicked out. And just start from we had to re-gear and come back in. But I mean, how do we balance that? Do we add more PVE, more AI running around the map? Do we give them just a longer session, like, hey, like kind of like World of Warcraft? I know this is a big stretch here, but they have raids that might take like 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't want it to take that long, but it might maybe in marathon if we're gonna do a PVE style raid, maybe make it take an hour and a half. I don't know. Just kind of spitballing, but I feel like it might be unfair to the guys who are willing to take that risk and play against other human players that are just learning the map, learning the spawns, and just pretty much destroying you as soon as you spawn in. It might not seem fair to them that they've took the time to learn the map and then everybody is fleeing them and go and get loot from fighting against the AI where nobody really has a chance of losing anything as long as you know how to kill the computer. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know.
Hey, maybe they should do it like Battlefield. You know how they got the big open world conquest where you can play against 100 players on big teams, and then you got the option to play with less players, let's say half of that number, with smaller teams and like smaller squads, so that the map don't seem like it's just an abundance of PvP players and two people are starting at one area like maintenance or hauler, and then you got the chance then that you're gonna run into somebody. Maybe like decrease the number of PvP players, but don't have the gear to drop as in a well, let's just say make it a unique number, a rare number that you're gonna get that same quality gear as of players that are playing 50v50 or whatever. I'm just doing the
Yeah, yeah,
Battlefield thing now.
yeah. Mhm.
So decrease the decrease the rarity when you populate the server with more PvP players. Um, and up the rarity that when you don't have that many PvP players, so it'll take you a longer time to find the item, or you might not find it for like a while. There's no guarantee that you're gonna go in there and find what you're looking for. But there is that chance, but a small percentage. If you want to take it off.
I mean, I like it. It seems like we're on board then. I don't know about you, Joe, Steve. What you guys think? Like, you do you feel like, and I think you suggested it, Joe. So I mean, you might be on board too. But do you feel like if they added that PVE and kind of tried to make it a us versus them, meaning like instead of having the players go after each other, maybe they combine, like Ricky said, a large number of players and go against whatever, maybe some big boss or some enemy from the lore that they can pull in and make it, I don't know, make it awesome. You know what I mean? I don't really know how,
Mhm.
but kind of like instead of it being a PvEVP, it'll just be us versus the AI, whatever that is. It's like an extraordinary number, and it's just like it's extremely difficult. I don't know, something like a raid boss or Destiny or something. You feel like that'll
So
work?
so this is my thought process because
Yeah.
Rick and I were kind of spitballing this the other day, Rick. And if I forget anything, Rick, just add to it. But so there was a warden at where was it at? Where was we at? We was on perimeter, right, Rick?
Yeah, was it North Relay?
No. It was
You
is
talking
it
about the
out was
Toxic
it
Overflow.
Warden?
huh?
The Toxic Warden
Overflow.
Overflow? Is that it?
Overflow. Yeah. We was
Yeah,
at
yeah, it
overflow.
was Overflow.
And so Rick was like, yo, we're gonna team shot this warden and try to take it out real quick. So Rick and I both had retaliators and we put our shields on and we squatted down and we just let off, bro. Like for real.
hmm
and we murked that boss probably within like 8 seconds, bro. He was like
Melt.
murdered. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And so, but again, Rick and I had real good guns when we went in there, so we murdered it. So what I was spitballing was maybe we spawned into a PVE map, right? And they put wardens at each spot. They put a warden at, North Relay, South Relay. They put a warden, you know what I'm saying, the overflow, holler, and you have to kill all of these. If you want the best loot, the loot gets better as you move to the next space. And if you want the magical loot, like the best loot, you got to kill the final warden at wherever you land at, right? I think that would be really dope. I do. I think that would be awesome. And you don't even have to put PvP players in there to do that. That would be a great challenge in itself. That would be difficult, in my opinion, because as you move, like, let's say the stage gets harder. So you go from a green shield to the end is a gold shield.
Mm.
I think you do that. I think that would be dope. I would love to do that, something like that, man. And let's say, like, once you beat it, it's beat for the run until the reset. You know what I mean? I think that would be dope.
Yeah. Great.
Okay. Now, I like that idea actually.
Yeah. Wait a
Honestly, I
minute, you
think
said
that-
what?
something
You
like
said you
that would
like that idea? You like my idea, Steve? Oh my God. Hey, yo, it's gonna rain tomorrow. Rain.
But something like that for like PVE wise could bring in a lot of people to this
Yeah.
game though. And then as the people are getting their gear up, they may even want to venture out and play actually against, on the PvP side.
Yeah.
So I guess that kind of just like brings me to my next question for y'all. Is like, how is this game having, and Stickman alluded to it earlier, how is this game having such a good positive review from everybody, but still it's not that many people playing?
You know why? I can tell you why. Because Rick and I talked about this too. It's because of Arc Raiders, because a lot of people over there playing Arc Raiders. And then I'm gonna tell you the other thing that we spoke about before Marathon launched. People are so pissed off that they overflowed all of this money into Marathon instead of putting it into Destiny 2, because that's what everybody wanted. They wanted a refresher, something new. And now, because of that, they're boycotting Marathon. Even they may want to play it, but they're just standing on principle because they're like, no, they took the money from Destiny 2 and gave it a Marathon. We wanted Destiny 2. I was like that. I was one of them. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go play it. And then I went and played it, and I was like, yo, this it makes you mad. Your blood pressure goes to 180 over 160. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then like my anxiety goes through the roof when I go into a building because I'm like, yo, I bet there's somebody just sitting behind a corner. Steve, this is no lie, bro. Me and Rick spawned in
last night, actually.
Bro, me and Rick went in. I went in the tunnel, got murdered. Rick grabs me after he killed everybody with the teammate. I go around the corner, find 3 more crouched sitting there, Steve. Literally.
Murdered again.
They murdered me, bro. And they took the lint out of my pocket, bro. I ain't had nothing left.
I said, Joe, you got the worst luck. You just keep
that
running
was
the teams.
crazy. I was so mad. I had blue guns. I had a blue backpack, blue shield. They took it all, bro.
Steve,
when I came back to my body, I didn't even have a shield, bro. I ain't had ammo. I ain't had nothing. I didn't even have a depleted shield, bro. They took that too. They took all my stuff, bro. It's crazy.
Joe won't be gone for like 10, 15 seconds and get smoked. And then I res him. And then he'll like go and try to find something for maybe like another 5 or 10 seconds. Won't be far from us and get smoked again.
But I will say
you got
that,
the worst luck.
But in all seriousness, I think if people just gave the game a try, they would really like it. It's like Marathon is a really good game, bro. And like what we're suggesting would make the game even better. But it's a really good game. You know what I mean? I can't wait to get off of this podcast and hop on there and go get it in. You know what I'm saying? Stick man, I don't know if you're down, brother, but I'm making a little plug.
So with that being said, have y'all had the thought, because I have as well, like I know in my mind that they're gonna strip this gear away from me, and then I'd be like, I really want to go upstairs and play the game, but I said I can do better stuff with my time right now. You know what I mean? And then I just don't hop on. That might be how some of the players, like day one players, think. I can do something better with my time right now because they ain't gonna do nothing but take everything that I get anyway. Yes, the game is fun, but you are on the game to put that work in to be the best player that you can possibly be. And what I mean by having the highest agility, firewall, tactical cooldowns, like that stuff means something. And
Yeah, ain't no
also them
lie.
purple shields, I don't know if y'all be shooting that cast, but it feel like I can't kill a guy with a purple shield for some reason. Like they are daggone near unkillable.
Hey, look, me and
They put a
Steve
few
murked
bullets
man
into
the
me,
other
I'm
night,
through.
boy. We blew his head off, man. Steve said 3, 2, 1. He fired and I came back. Pow! Bro, he was laid down, bro. And I shot him again just for the heck of it, bro. He was gone. You understand what I'm saying? No match for that Outland sniper, though. I'm excited, bro.
Oh,
People,
I do like
let me
that
tell
stuff.
y'all something. If y'all out there listening to us, which I know you are, go play Marathon, man. And if you want somebody to play with, man, add us, bro. We'll play with you. We'll take you to the promised land. We'll take you where you want to go. You understand
Or
what I'm
to the
saying?
upper room.
The upper room. That's right.
Hey, one thing that I want to throw out there. I don't know if you guys feel like this would be a thing too, but I've seen this thrown around a lot. Just talking about player numbers, right? I know we hate to focus on it too much, but I believe during the open beta, I believe it hit over 100,000. I think, as far as concurrent players playing Marathon, do you guys feel like it would benefit from a free weekend? Like, just give me 2, 3 days, get somebody like from Thursday night to Sunday night or Monday morning, you know what I'm saying? Just to jump in and play Marathon for
bro.
free because they can see how many improvements they've made since the open beta, and maybe that'll encourage more people to play the game.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna go a step further than that.
Hmm.
Make the game free to the point where you can only play perimeter. Cause I mean it's pretty much a starter level anyway, and then because with a new season we're getting a new shell to play with and also a new map. So make the game free. Now I mean it may piss some people off because we paid $40 for the game, but if they make it free and more people come and play the game,
I don't like it.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I don't like
Or
it.
just like lock some of the factions and like you saying, Steve, just have perimeter because it'll basically force you after a while to buy the game. If somebody hops in it and like it, and they be like, "Oh shoot, I can make my player better. I'm not running out of heat fast as hell."
Mhm.
They
Hey,
see things that they can possibly purchase if it was unlocked, but because they got the free version,
yeah,
there you
I'll
go.
meet y'all in the middle then. How about this,
Oh,
y'all? We make it
I'm about
free.
to water this game down.
Yeah. How about we make it free up until like level 10? You know what I'm saying? Like let them get a taste, you know what I mean? Let them get a little hit, see how it feels, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh
A
shit.
little
They're
bump.
like, hey, I need some more of that. I need some more of that marathon. You know what I mean? Like after level 5, level 8, level 10, something like that, right? Just lock it out. Like, hey, like it's free up until this point. So how you feeling now? You like, you got me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna slide you this 40 real quick and let's keep the party going. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, I ain't saying for everybody, and I'm not encouraging drinking or nothing like that. But, sometimes, right, when you sit back, you might have a cold one or two, you might have a shot or two, you might be chilling with the boys or your girls or whoever you playing the game with, right? And you hit level 10 and everybody else the party's still going and you on the outside looking in, you like, hey, I'm about to spend that 40 tonight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you regret it in the morning, at least it was only $40. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like that would probably encourage a lot more people to get involved because once you find a good solid group of people to play with, I mean, you realize that, hey, I'm here now. I hit my max level. What am I gonna do? 9 times out of 10, if you felt like the game was worth it, especially it's not even a full price game. It's $40.
Right.
It's not like it's $70, $69.99 like a lot of other companies are making their games these days. So, but that was just a thought, though.
Now,
Like
I
that out
will
there
say
too.
this too, though. I don't know if y'all have had the same thing for y'all, but when I've been playing by myself and like feeling playing with other people, like other people are very talkative and they've been nice though. Chill out, bro. Chill out, Joe.
I got called the N word yesterday. I wasn't too happy about that.
Oh, never mind, man.
He
But
said
no,
that
on
just as
the
soon as we all got blown down and he known that he was leaving out of the game. And that's when I got called that. I said, yep, some things never change since
all right, all
regular
right. Well, never mind
Xbox.
on that. Never mind on that. But
I had
oh, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
no, what I was gonna say was, man, I just it just as a sidebar what Rick was just talking about, I had a rook kill me, bro. And look, I was rolling around on the ground. He was like, "Yeah, keep crawling, crawl like your ancestors did." And then he killed me. But what was so crazy? We spawned back in, and it was the same dude, bro. And look, I downed him down. I saw him. I ran after him, bro. I got him down, and I should have recorded it. And I said, "Hey, listen," I said, "I want you to sing a spiritual real quick." I was like, "Since you want to see how we crawl, I want you to sing a spiritual." And he started humming, bro. That joke was funny, man. People are very funny up there, bro.
They are.
They're very funny.
Steve, look, and Stick Man, Joe seen this, right? Joe and our teammate was dead, and it was like, what, Joe? I think we had like 3 minutes or something left, but there was really no coming back for y'all. So I took off because I was about to go against a full team that just killed them two. Took off, right? I ran into this rook, and he was peeking up behind a box like this, and I seen him, and I just sat there, and then I did like the little crouching movement. He did the same thing. I shook my head, yes, and I told him, I said, like, open mic. I said, all right, bro, go on about your business now, you know what I'm saying? Because things can get ugly around here. So he ran right past me just like this, bro, like we was on the same team. But he was worried that I was going to shoot him in the back, and I was the same way. So he turned around and looked, and I turned around and looked at him. He backpedaling, and he just took off into the sunset, bro. I thought that was pretty cool of the game because that was the first time I ever had that experience. And Joe was like, wow. I said, Joe, did you see that? He said, yeah, bro, I watched the whole thing.
It was crazy, bro. The dude was jumping up and down. The rook was jumping up and down like that.
Because he known that I had a team somewhere, but he didn't know that they was dead. You know what I'm saying? So, but that was a pretty cool experience, man.
Before we close this out, though, because I think one of the biggest things they're going to have to do is figure out how to get the people that are not hardcore to get back into the game, though. And I'm not sure if, like, the PVE side may help, but I'm not sure that's going to be the only thing, though. Because they got to change something with how the game plays in order to get people to stay.
Yeah.
So, like,
I got an idea.
Go for it.
I got an idea. As far as ushering in new people, I feel like that free weekend would be a big help, but also too, like, kind of have like incentives. And I haven't played it like a lot recently, so I know they added some new things for as far as, helping people out or reviving people or whatever. But I mean, let's just say, for example, if I'm playing a game, I might be a higher level. If I'm ushering, if you will, like I'm kind of shepherding some newer players. Like I get teamed up with two guys that are level 8 and level 10 or whatever, right? Or level 10, level 15. Like if they're under level 20, for example. And I'm able to extract all three of us and I keep them alive. Give me like a cash bonus. Like give me a reason to like want to care about my teammates. You know what I mean? Like if we have a successful extraction and there's 3 people, shoot me an extra $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Shoot me an extra 2,500, extra 3,000, something like that. Just something to give me like a little cushion for the next run. Because right now, and Ricky, you said it too. And not that you abandon your team, but I mean the time was running down, right? So you think like, oh shoot, if I don't go now, I'm not gonna make it. But then you could also be thinking like, man, I ain't got nothing on me. If I revive both of them and all 3 of us happen to make it, I might could make $10,000 by keeping my team whole. Like it makes the gameplay more exciting. Give me an incentive to take a risk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And also for a lot of these younger players, like if you bring them in, they're not really sure what they're doing yet. I mean, give me a reason to care about them and help to guide them through and teach them the game. Because if I'm rewarded for all of us extracting together as a team, I'm more incentivized to teach newer players like, hey, this is what you look for. Hey, when you hear this, this is what you do. If you hear somebody, call me. Like, don't even shoot first, just call me and then I'll, we'll figure it out together, like give me a reason to care about my team. And I feel like, with a free weekend, man, we might be looking at a whole different game in a couple of weeks, Yeah.
So would you put that in the realm of like revives?
I don't know if I can say revives. I'm looking at more as like an end goal. Like, give me a reason to care if we extract together. Like let's just say like if it's a team of 3, right? If it's 3 of us going in, if we extract as all 3 of us as a complete team, that'll give me like an extra $10,000 or extra $5,000. Like nothing too crazy. I mean, I don't want to break the game. You get what I mean? Because then you could just team up and just with your own friends and whatever. But I mean, I don't know. Give me an extra $2,000, $3,000 for us to extracting together as a team. Like, give me a reason to go back and pick up my down teammate and take a risk, rather than just leave it on a guarantee that I'm good and I don't care about them.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me piggyback on that though, bro.
Yeah.
just to give you an incentive to even want to try that, they need to add maybe a lock box to your character. So if you got something good on you, maybe you can lock that one specific thing that even if you die or get down, you ain't gonna lose that one thing though. You might lose everything else, but you got one thing you know you're not gonna lose.
Mm.
Well, then that would defeat the purpose of like somebody taking it off of you, though.
That's where the stress comes in.
You know what I
'Cause
mean?
nothing is locked and permanent.
I mean,
Like
I'm saying you
Charles
only
said
lock
one time,
thing,
we
though.
on borrowed time with all of that stuff. I'm about
Yeah.
to bring my gold backpack in one day this week. I'm just going, hey, because I want to be able to like enjoy it. You know, whether it's day one or whatever, that I get it stripped off of me. I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool. At least I know what the feeling is.
I mean, to your point though, Steve, I'm not against it. I'll say this: if you can give me a guaranteed lockbox like that can stay on me, I would say you need to put some parameters on that because it does sound OP. Like, let's just say before you log into the launch into the match, you buy it. Like it's an extra $6,000, extra 10,000 for you to have one slot or I ain't say one slot. I'll say one item. You know, maybe depending on how many spaces, might depend on how much it costs. But you have one slot that if you die, like to PVE wise, and nobody loots your body, that'll be the one item you keep. But if another player comes along and it's in your backpack, he opening up that little secure container, he taking it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like I don't want it to be as another player. If I know you got something good and I kill you just because you put it in that slot, I can take it off your
And I
dead
can't
body.
get it.
You know, like I don't think that's
Right.
fair. But I feel like if it's like, let's just say if you don't make it to the final extract, meaning you don't die, you just don't make it out. Can that one item be pulled out and kind of sent back to your vault? I mean, I could see that if it costs money, maybe. But you know, I don't know. It's a slippery slope when you do that too, right? Because people
Right.
gonna find a way to exploit it. But I get what you're going for though, because they have something
I
like that in the
mean,
operators, I believe.
let me give a little bit more detail. Then I want Joe and Rick to go because I know Joe gonna criticize the hell out of me. But I'm only talking about one spot in your bag. Like you not nothing that's like your guns or like any implants you got, and like none of that. You can't put that. Just one slot on something you find through your run.
Like a gold. Like if you find a gold, you can
Yeah.
lock it immediately so nobody can take it.
Yeah.
And it's
And if
just a
you
permanent
die,
slot, like all the time in your backpack kind of deal.
Yeah. Like only for blue backpacks and up.
Would that need to be like one of the accessories to the backpack? You know how like the medical looking backpack got the consumable speed, and then the other one got like a ballistics weapon. There should be
Yeah,
a
yeah.
backpack that has a slot, you know, on it that you
I
can do
actually like
that.
that. Yeah. A backpack with a slot. I can
I'm gonna say,
vibe with that.
I want to say purple backpacks and up because that's it's so OP, man. I feel like you need to
Okay,
be,
purple.
yeah. But either way though, I
Purple up.
like the idea though. But what were you about to say, Joe?
No. I agree with you. I think something like that, like a purple, yeah, man. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. I don't know. I'm about to blow some money in a minute, bro. I'm about to just hand y'all all my blues and go buy nothing but purple backpack, bro. I'm sitting on $150,000, bro. I'm gonna spend me
That's
some money.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling y'all.
You got 150.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
that's what I'm sitting on. That's all right.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's insane,
Me
bro.
and Rick got so much money the other night. Rick, am I lying? We
Nah.
walked, Steve. We walked away with so much money, bro. We was killing everybody, bro. Everybody. So when I tell you, bro, they feared us, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they fear.
Yeah.
We were bringing the heat, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Chef Joe and Chef Rick was in there, bro. We was in there cooking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna let these chefs get out here so they can go cook something. So, again, for everybody watching Dad's the Gamer, we appreciate y'all joining us. Make sure that you hit that like, share, subscribe button, and tell your friends about us. We out.
Peace.